Welcome to the Tarantula Cloud. This is Day or Night. We're going to go in alphabetical order. This is the Acanthoscurria geniculata, the giant white knee. Her name is Scarlet, and she's enjoying herself a nice worm. Haven't been featuring her lately, and really wanted to get her on camera. By the way, if you want to know why I'm doing the Star Wars theme, please check the description underneath the video, and they'll let you know everything you need to know of why I'm doing this. I've had some requests for me to do a Star Wars theme just because of the new Star Wars film, so this is my nod to my appreciation of Star Wars. So if you want more information, read the description below. Next, in alphabetical order again, we're going to go to the Phonopelma calicodes, the desert or the Mexican blonde. Her name is Venus. She's one of my bigger babies. About to eat a worm here. Nice. She is one of my most docile teas in my collection, besides the Paraphysa species unknown, Pandora, who is also featured in this video. And I'm going to show you how docile she is in person. I got this tea, I want to say about 4 or 5 months ago, and she's been doing great. Really like this tea. Like I said, very docile, eats well, no problems with her at all. Really nice addition to my collection.
In the name of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, you're under arrest.
For my dead body.
Next up, Avicularia Pink Toe. This is Luna. She molted, want to say, a couple weeks ago. Last week I tried to feed her, and she really didn't eat that much. She's not a big eater to begin with. As you can see, she's really got a nice green tint to her. She didn't really get that much bigger. I'd say she only grew maybe about a ½ inch. But you can definitely tell she's out of her molten stage, and she's quite frankly, in a way, the way she acts now I haven't really seen, because she's been in pre-molt since I got her, really. And that was almost half a year ago. She's been in pre-molt pretty much the whole time. She's huge, faster. She does not eat a lot. She's a very picky eater. She does not like worms. She likes crickets. She's not a hunter. She prefers for them to just come to her, but she's a little clumsy sometimes when it goes to eating. She's not very accurate. She'll go after her cricket, but she often misses, or she'll take it and then drop it on accident or something like that. And she never really gets a clean kill, which is why I don't feature her a lot eating, because she rarely eats on camera. She usually does something strange and then she'll come back and eat it later. But she seems to have a better appetite now. I've fed her a couple of times, and she seems to be doing a lot better with her feeding. As you can see here, you get a look at how she attacks. And this is a perfect example of what I mean about her a little odd demeanor when it comes to feeding. She bit it and then she lets it go. She'll come back and eat it later, and that's pretty much how she does it. And if I put 2 or 3 in of the smaller crickets, she'll do the same thing to all 3 of them. They'll all be laying in there, and then she'll come back probably somewhere in the middle of the night and she'll eat them. But that's my baby. Next up, Brachypama albopilosum, Honduran curly hair. This is Eclipse. She is in heavy pre-molt, and I'm featuring her right now because I got a new addition I'm about to show you here that ties in with the brackies. Let's see if she eats her. Oh yeah, she's in heavy pre-molt, but she'll eat all the way up until the day she molts. You see how big her rump is. That's why she's getting very, very, very small crickets. She does not need a worm at all. That rump is just huge. That's the first of the brackies. But right now, let's get to the star fact of the week. Brachypama Emilia, Mexican painted redleg. This is Phoenix. I featured her in a video a little while back. She's about to get a worm. That's my girl. She's very sweet, but she's not sweet towards her food, I can tell you that. This tea, she used to be a picky eater. She's kind of coming out of that. She did not always used to take worms, so I'm glad to see her taking it now. You can see her rump's a little small. Wouldn't mind fattening her up a little bit. But she's a great eater. Looking great. The next bracket we have is the Brachypama Smithy, the Mexican red knee. Her name is Arclight. If you're wondering why you haven't seen this tea, if you've seen my videos, that's because this is the new edition I've got. I got this tea for a really, really good price. She came in the mail with an OBT sling that I ordered, and the OBT sling died in transit. She went into, she started molting, and she died right at the early stage of molting, so didn't get my OBT. I already have one, but I wouldn't mind getting another one so I can try to hopefully get a maiden pair of those. But the B. Smithy did just fine. She's doing great in there. And out of all the brackies, the Amelia is my favorite, but the B. Smithy is my second favorite, and I just wanted to get one at the right price, and I definitely wanted to raise it as a sling. And I got the right price for this one. I really got it for dirt cheap as far as Smithies go at this size. So I'm not complaining about that, but this is one welcome addition to my collection. As you can see, this cricket is trying to get to know it a little bit. She really wasn't interested in eating. But I'm going to try again and see if we can get a little nice attack from this little baby sling here.
You die in childbirth. I know.
Brachypama Vagin, the Mexican red rump. Her name is Fire. She was in the previous Tarantula Cloud video eating, but I wanted to display all my brackies again since I got the new edition. And she never disappoints in her attacks. Can't go wrong with a Vagins on camera when it comes to feeding. This is another species of brackies I wouldn't mind getting two of. And hopefully get her a mate here in the future. Really like the Vagins. Next up, we have the Grammostola porteri, or rosea. Some people call them the same thing. The Chilean rose, the brown color form. Her name is Orion. And she has been doing really great. She's a wild caught specimen. I got her out of your just basic pet store, you know, dog and cat supply store. She was in there. They had her severely underpriced for a brown color form G. rosea or porteri. And really, really happy I got this tea out of the pet store and into my collection. Next up, War Fact of the Week. Lasiodora parahabana, salmon pink bird eater. This is Kamatz, and she molted. This tea was about 3/4 inches smaller than she was previous to this molt, and she basically just burst out of her skin. She got so big in such a small amount of time. So that's my second molt for my LP. Nonduchromatus, Brazilian white striped bird eater. This is Andromeda. This tarantula would not allow me to capture her on camera. I've tried so many times. I finally redid her enclosure to see if it actually would benefit me in filming her and being able to get some of her sweet attacks. She actually has a very gentle attack here. You can barely even see it, but she actually has a worm right there in her fangs. But you can see in the enclosure that I made for her, finally I'm able to see a lot more of her in her enclosure when she's eating. This is not a very good example of it because she has such a gentle attack, but in the future, at least I know that this setup will give me some pretty good looks at her when she attacks her food.
You are on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of master.
Over my dead body.
Purifies the Euathlus species unknown, Pandora. I just wanted to show off a little bit how docile this tea really is. Wild caught specimen and extremely docile for a wild caught, as you saw there. She actually enjoys me giving her a little rub on the rump there a little bit, and much like a Euathlus species, she's very docile. I really love this tea. So I just want to show how docile and what her temperament was like. And speaking of temperament, wanted to get in my Teocracy Peru Flame Romp. This is Marzaris. I wanted to show you the exact opposite of what she was doing last week. Threw a worm in here and she takes it down with no problem. Last week on the Tarantula Cloud, you can, if you haven't seen it, go back and watch a cricket basically land upside down on her carapace. And she did nothing about it. But as you can see here, this worm is definitely he's definitely not enjoying the benefit of land on her like that cricket did last week. Just goes to show you and validates how crazy this tea can be. And for the question of the week, the cloud question, we have, what is your favorite Star Wars character? That'll do it for this one. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.